Rich Pritch in the house. Hey, I'm Louis the King, yo, check out my bling. I just love my wars and I love my dough, but got no money in the bank that's left for me to blow. Here's Maria Theresa, the queen, she's a wife of Louis the 14th. She's from France and she's from Spain. She's been with me through my reign. Reign, 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 reign. Maria Theresa. Maria Theresa. Hey, there's the nobility. I've taken away their ability to revolt against me, and they have to agree, 'cause this is my decree. I love my Capri. Son?
Louis XIV, also known as the Sun King because of his power, was one of the most influential figureheads in European history. How did this man come into power? It all started off with Cardinal Richelieu.
Cardinal Richelieu is considered to be one of the first prime ministers of European history. He sought to consolidate royal power and crush domestic fractions. He limited the power of the nobility in order to transform France into a strong centralized state. Since Cardinal Richelieu destroyed our castles, we've been slowly losing our power, but we'll gain it back someday. His successor, Cardinal Mazarin, did not do a sufficient job in controlling the nobility. The Fronde was their attempt to regain their power. It was a civil war against the nobility and the crown.
Louis XIV famously got his title as a straw king when he was forced to leave Paris when the nobility tried to overthrow him. On the night of the Fronde, he had to sleep in a barn. King Louis was humiliated. He vowed to become an absolutist ruler.
Cardinal Mazarin, we're having some problems with nobility over here, but I'd even call in the backup, but we got under control.
Today was terrible, and now I have to sleep on straw. Straw! Well, if there's anything I've learned from today, it's that I can never trust the city of Paris, I can never let anyone's power equal my own, and that the king must rule absolutely. 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 Life is good here in Versailles. After the little Fronde incident, I knew I could never trust the city of Paris or the nobility, so I built this huge palace where I live with my wife Maria Theresa and the nobility.
It's great here. Louis and I can monitor the nobility and make sure they won't revolt again. It's great. They're just like lapdogs.
Good nobility. Good nobility. Good nobility. Good nobility.
I just love King Louis, he's the best. I was kind of angry when he gave the bourgeoisie all the jobs here in Versailles, but it doesn't matter anymore. We get all the food in the world and there's so many fun things to do. My favorite part of the day is when King Louis picks some of us to watch his ceremonies. It's such an honor.
Yeah, I made up these ceremonies where the nobility can watch me do mundane things. They get all excited and it's hilarious. And, well, it reassures the fact that I'm in charge. I also fired the nobility from their higher-ranking jobs and hired the bourgeoisie. It's much safer that way and ensures the fact that the nobility will never revolt against me again. I don't know if you can tell, but I hate it when someone tries to be equal to me.
The Edict of Nantes was signed by Henry IV in 1598, and it allowed Huguenots to worship alongside Catholics in 150 fortified towns. Many of the bourgeoisie, or the upper working class, were Huguenots, and they were very happy with this event.
We as Huguenots can finally worship in peace.
We now have full civil rights and a special court where we can civilly dispute our arguments, and we now happily pay taxes to the king. I love my job. However, Louis XIV later revoked the Edict of Nantes. The bourgeoisie were horrified, and France suffered economically because of this.
What is this? I am the king. God put me here on earth as a Catholic ruler, and what do I get? Huguenots can worship with me? What? You know what? No, I am too good for this. Here in France, there's only one law, one ruler, and one religion.
Dad, stop dying.
I can't, son. It's my destiny. What are we gonna do without you? I don't know. Just don't you ever imitate my love of war and my love of architecture. We're broke. You know what?
Oh my gosh, don't just drop her.